Hi there, my name is Jack Wallen, and I want to thank you for welcoming me into your // If you don't know, that's Linux shorthand for home. So thank you for welcoming me into your home. I want to talk to you about something today that's going to cross-pollinate to everyone out there. Whether you're a Linux user, whether you're a writer, whether you're an actor, or it doesn't matter. This is going to be important to you because it's important to me. I could sum this up very easily by saying, don't give up. It really is that simple. But let me explain why I feel the need to say that to you. So, lately, I guess not lately, I guess over the past year, over the past year, which happens to coincide with being the worst year of my life. Yay! Over this past year, it seems that every aspect of my life has been trying to tell me, trying to insist itself upon me that I give up. There is no denying that. On my tech writing side, I'm bleeding clients like someone sliced open my aortic valve. No, my jugular. Well, I don't know why I can't think of the name of that. Doesn't matter. They sliced me open and I'm bleeding out. It's running through my brain trying to figure out the name of that. My carotid artery. So that's happening. As far as my book writing career, well, the collective we, as in all of writers everywhere, have lost 40% of our readership. 40%. Now, you have to understand, it was already really low because people aren't reading anymore. That is so sad. Now, coming from someone who reads all the time, that's just unfathomable that someone doesn't read for pleasure because it's an escape. I can't imagine not reading. But anyway, so that's happening. And as far as my theatrical front, I'm struggling to do everything. Now, on that same front, a week from today, actually, Thursday the 27th of August, we open the 3rd episode of Me and My Muse, aka Life's a Drag, at the Wallen Theater here in Louisville. I'm very, very excited about that. If you don't know about that project, it is an episodic piece of hybrid theater that is both film and live action. I started it, I produce it, I write it, I star in it. The one thing I don't do, because I'm terrible at it, is market it. I'm profoundly bad at marketing, profoundly bad, which could also be a reason why my books aren't selling. No, that's not the truth. My books aren't selling because books just aren't selling. And I'm hoping that my next book will be the one to kind of kickstart sales again. It's called Schrödinger the Existential Cat. Yes, it's about a cat. Not just any cat. It's about an existential cat. Because I think we all can relate right now to existentialism. We all have a bit of Kafka in us. Anyway, so here's the thing. No matter how hard the universe tries to tell me to give up on all fronts, I push back. I'm not going to give up. There are so many reasons for that. Number one, tech writing pays the bills. It allows me to have a house or a condo. I call it the firehouse. It allows me to eat. Without it, I don't know what I would do. And so it's kind of scary that I'm bleeding clients, but I'm not giving up. I keep trying. I keep putting myself out there and saying, hey, you need me. You need me to write your tech documentation or write about Linux, especially because, you know, I've been writing about Linux since 1999, the year of Prince, thank you very much. And if I were to give up that, essentially I would probably, I shudder to think, have to find a regular job. I even have trouble saying that. I have been a freelancer for 30 years. I don't know what I would do. I mean, I'm not a manager. I certainly can't become middle management. I do not fit the mold for middle management, or business in general. I don't speak a fluent business. But yet the universe just keeps telling me, you know what? Is it time? Is it time to give up? And I say, nay, nay, I'm not giving up. I can't. And then on the artistic front, the universe is like, you know what? You've had a good run. You've had a really good run. You've been an artistic soul all of your life. And I'm not going to say how old I am. I'm older than you think. We'll just put it that way. And to the universe, I say, I can't. I simply can't. I am an artist to my soul. Without something to create, I may as well not exist. One of my mantras for a very long time has been, I create, therefore I am. I create, ergo I am. Which is one of the reasons why I started Ergo Theater. ErgoTheater.com, which that's where you can learn about me and my muse. And I'm going to start branching out from that soon, I hope. But here's ultimately the overarching idea here is that no matter what the universe says, no matter what the outside world says, I'm going to be me. I have to be me. I have to be true to who and what I am. Because if I can't be true to me, I can't be true to you. And I can't be true to the jobs that I do. I can't be true to the words that I write. Whether it's playwriting or novel writing, novelism, I almost said novelism, nay, nay. Doesn't matter. I have to be true to me. On a tech front, if you're a techie, that would be like me going, I'm going to give up on Linux. I'm just going to start using Windows. The very idea of that is laughable. No. Linux or Windows hasn't been my primary operating system since 1997. And it is not going to be my primary operating system. In fact, I don't have a desktop or a laptop in my house that has Windows on it. I just don't. Don't need it, don't want it. I'm a Linux user. So I have to be true to that. And I remember a very long time ago, back when I was, I think my title was editor-in-chief at Tech Republic when I actually had an office, editor-in-chief of Linux content. I was brought in to build what was called, at the time, what was called Linux Republic. Never got off the ground because, I'll tell you that in a minute. So while I'm there, one of the editors above me comes to me one day and says, you're going to have to start using Windows. And I looked at him pretty much like this. And I flat out said, no, I will not. Of course, he asked why. And I said, well, I write about Linux. And if the people who follow me find out that I'm writing about Linux on Windows, I'm going to look like a hypocrite. And I'm going to lose the respect of the people who read what I write. And I fought hard. And eventually, I got laid off. But that wasn't because of that. It was because half the company got laid off, because that was when the dot-com bubble burst. Starting to see that all over again with AI. Oh boy, it's going to be bad. But anyway, I have to be me. And you have to be you. And it doesn't matter what it is that makes you you. Are you a Linux distribution developer? Is that how you feel? Do you think that defines you? If it does, be true to that. Are you an application developer? If so, be true to that. Are you a web developer? Be true. Are you a writer? Be true. Are you an actor, designer, director, dancer, singer, sculptor? Do you sew paper onto paper to make beautiful objects dart? Doesn't matter what you do. Be true to you and don't give up. Because the world needs you. The world needs people just like you. The world needs people just like me. Because if we give up, if I give up, who else is going to give up? And even if, at times, I say to myself, you have to set an example by staying true to yourself and never giving up on what it is that you do, what it is that defines who you are. You cannot give up on that. Because if you give up on that, you're giving up on yourself. Think about that. If you give up on the things that define you, you're giving up on yourself. Keep saying that to yourself over and over and over again. Anytime you feel like you're about to give up, no matter what it is you do, if you're developing a Linux distribution and you find that nobody's downloading it, installing it, or writing about it, say that to yourself. And by the way, if you are a Linux distribution developer, especially if you're just starting out or you have a distribution that's not seeming to get any traction, reach out to me. Reach out to me and tell me what your distribution is, what it's all about. Let's talk, and maybe I can cover it for you. And if you're a writer or an actor or anything and you feel like giving up, reach out. Reach out to me or someone, anyone who understands. And they'll tell you the same thing. You can't give up on you. And I mean that. I've been tempted many, many times over the decades. And I eventually come to the conclusion that I cannot give up on me. Okay, I have to say this because I just do. I am so grateful that you're here watching and listening to my words, or listening to my words, or watching and listening to my words. I'm not making money from YouTube, obviously. Just look at the numbers. But if you are so inclined, you can tip me on buymeacoffee.com/jack.wallen. I would thank you from the bottom of my heart. And to everyone who has donated, no matter how much, thank you so very much. I cannot even begin to express how much that means to me, because it tells me that you support me and that you want me to keep going. And as soon as Me and My Muse opens and closes, I'll start doing these more regularly, because right now my attention is a little bit diverted. Anyway, thank you very much again. And I hope that everyone you and everyone you know, got to include you, have a wonderful, wonderful day.